Hello, hello. What's up, co-crew and friends? Welcome in. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Brown Girl Gamer Code, a leading digital community for women and femmes of color in gaming and tech. It was created out of the need to have a space to not only connect with others like us, but to also build a platform where our stories and contributions in these industries are centered and amplified. Our mission at BGGC is to advocate for representation, equity, and opportunity for marginalized identities in the gaming and tech industries. In the face of rampant toxicity, exclusion, and being undervalued, we resist. Before we hop into the interview today, we have a couple of helpful items for our viewers to enjoy your experience. We have a special command in the chat for your convenience. You can type !guests to see all of the social links for our amazing guests today. Lastly, for closed captioning, please use the captions extension that should be located on your screen. The VOD will also be available after this on our YouTube channel with captions added to that. So please keep an eye out. My name is Brandy. I go by Yo Brandy on the internet. I am a creator, host, program manager. I do all those kinds of things. And I am the founder of Brown Girl Gamer Code and your amazing host for today. And with that, let's meet our guests. So it is an honor to welcome you to our June Code Chat featuring Whitney, a.k.a. KeepUpRadio. Whitney is a multi-talented singer, songwriter, and video game streamer who got her start sharing celebrity news and fun facts. She soon gained popularity for her rap responses, gaming clips, and shouting, "Clout!" Her goal as a creator is to encourage her audience to be authentic and unapologetically themselves. Whitney is also known as the Fortnite Queen. As you all know, we at Brown Girl Gamer Co. are huge fans of Fortnite. You can often catch her putting in that work on the sticks and her catchy Fortnite reps, such as her original song titled Go Tilted and Dance that went viral with over 6 million views. With over 1.2 million followers across her TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, she has organically grown through sheer dedication and delivering consistent content that resonates with her audience. She has collaborated with brands such as Amazon, Verizon, Kate Spade, and Epic Games. Let's welcome Whitney to the show.
Hi! Oh my gosh, what an intro. Make me sound so good. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, we are so excited to have you here, Whitney. Thank you for joining us and coming to our code chat. We are so excited to have you here today. And with that, we're going to jump right in. So why don't you tell us about yourself and what got you into video games?
Sure. So like you said, my name is Whitney. I'm KeepUpRadio on social media. What got me into video games? So somebody recently asked me like, what was the first video game I played? And I literally said like Snake on my dad's cell phone. Like I remember being obsessed with his little Nokia phone. It was like not even in color. It was like tan and black. And I would play Snake and I was obsessed. And then as I got older, I had friends that had, I think, older siblings that would game. So I really got started in more like MMO games. Like I played a lot of World of Warcraft and a game called Conqueror. And then League of Legends was like my game for a while too. And then after League of Legends, I played Minecraft. And Minecraft is like key in this story because eventually Minecraft Hunger Games came out, which is a battle royale style game. That was like the first one I had ever played. And then when Fortnite came out, my husband was like, you have to check out Fortnite. It's like Minecraft Hunger Games, but better. And I have been playing ever since. It's my favorite video game. I love it so much. But yeah, definitely got into video games through like friends kind of just showing me. And I think growing up, I had a hard time making friends. So being online and having that community was like so huge for me. And I just like was drawn to it right away. And I was like, oh, I love this so much.
Yes. First of all, shout out to the Nokia phones. Because,
shout out to the Nokia phones.
Yes, because I am so glad you brought that up because that was my first cell phone when I think I was like 14 years old in high school. school. And I was obsessed with Snake as
Yes.
well. I remember that. Yes, it was no
Yes.
color.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember getting super stressed out when the snake got too long and trying to
Yep.
touch myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm so glad you brought that up. Mobile games are often, I think that's a great point, because mobile games are often a lot of our like introduction into gaming.
Yeah,
Like
for
people,
sure.
you know, you don't really hear people mention that too much about how mobile games can be like a great segue to get like kids into video games,
For
like
sure.
being young and asking like their family members or their relatives, you got games on your phone.
Yep.
I was definitely one of those kids. So yes, I used to love Snake. That is a classic.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Minecraft, Hunger
Mm-hmm.
Games being your first battle royale, and that kind of segueing you into Fortnite and
Yes.
playing with friends and things like that. And
Mm-hmm.
so friends are also what got me into Fortnite as well. Because
Okay.
Fortnite was my first online game that I ever played. I didn't even
Okay.
realize what was going on. I was like, I was so far removed because I had been playing The Sims for so long and like
Mm-hmm.
just forgot all about console gaming for a
Sure.
minute. So yes, I love that. So what is so I know you said Fortnite is your favorite game right now. Do you have
Yes.
other like favorite video games besides
I
that?
I do. I love like Fall Guys, I think is really
Mhm.
fun too. I love like co-op games that you get to play with other people.
Mhm.
Rocket League is fun, or like a game that I
Yes.
like to play by myself is like the Nancy Drew point and click mystery games. Like I feel like they're kind of
Yes.
just there. And if you know, that was also a game I played very early on. I had like Windows 95 and my neighbor had Nancy
Yes.
Drew Curse of Blackmore Manor, and I used to go to her house, and she was older than me, and her mom would let me just like rummage through her bedroom and take whatever I wanted. So nice, actually. And she had
Yes.
the game, and I was like, can I like take this and play it? And so that was like another game that still like I was just actually playing a Nancy Drew game on stream the other day for like a community night, and I was like, oh, so fun.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love that. I
Hmm.
love that. So, you talk a bit about, what got you into video games and things like that. Do you feel like, when you were growing up was like, did you think about like being represented in video games when you were growing up? Because I know sometimes I get asked that question, and
Yeah.
I like for me, I gravitated towards like Laura Croft. Like,
Sure.
you know,
Sure.
so
Yeah.
that was like, my first like introduction and seeing like, oh, here's a woman protagonist that's like
Yeah.
kicking ass in these tombs. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I think definitely anytime I would hop onto a game, I would definitely try to like get an avatar or character that I felt represented me,
Mhm.
girly. And I think thankfully we're progressed a long way. That's one of the reasons I really like Fortnite, because they are so
Mhm.
inclusive with the skins that they
Yes.
have. But
Yeah.
I think some games still have like more work to do.
Mhm.
But it's nice to see now, like grown up, because I can remember like playing games and like being like, there's not somebody that looks exactly like me right now,
Mhm.
but I definitely would try to find somebody that I felt like emulated that like girl that I wanted to be, like very powerful, like I'm gonna do
Yes.
this, like you can't mess with me kind of girl.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I love that because with Fortnite, I totally agree.
Mhm.
I think Fortnite is one of the games that is definitely leading right now when it
For
comes
sure.
to representation, and not just in like even in their skins, but just the level of detail.
Yeah.
And you can really see that they put a lot of thought and research into their characters. I remember, I believe it was last season, and they had like a indigenous character in the battle
Hmm.
pass, and
Hmm.
they talked about how they met with like a group and a music group to come up with the songs, and I was just so appreciative of that.
Yeah.
And the hair, I'm always talking about the hair
Yep.
because they know, like
So
our
much.
girl Sloan, I'm like, they just get
Dr.
it.
Sloan.
Yes.
Yep.
Like I just love what they've done like with her hair and how the
Yeah.
texture and how realistic it is. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of companies can learn from
They
Fortnite
surely can. Like,
when it
I
comes to
agree. I think
representation.
Epic is totally leading in
Mhm.
that area, and it's so nice to
Yes.
see. And another reason why I love and I'm so proud to be like an Epic partner, and like having gotten work
Yes.
with them and stuff like that is so awesome.
Yes, absolutely. So
Mhm.
we think about the video game industry and things like that. Who are some of the people who you look up to or influence you positively?
Yeah. So This is gonna sound kind of funny, but it is the truth. Like, I used to never like watch streamers like
Mhm.
until I started streaming. I don't know what it is about me, but sometimes I think I need to do the thing before I can fully get it. And then like I
Mhm.
have such a found respect for it. Like, I used to never watch YouTube until I decided I wanted to do content and started a YouTube channel, and now all I do is watch YouTube. So similar with that, like I loved gaming, but I never was one to watch streamers. But then when I started streaming, I was like, oh, okay, like cool. Like there are girls in this space, like there are people of
Mhm.
color in this space, like who can I watch? And I kind of like watch my friends more than anything.
Mhm.
So I could tell you like right now, some people I've been watching, somebody on TikTok, her name's Manda Panda, and I love watching her, love her energy. She's amazing.
Mhm.
Or like if I'm on Twitch, I'll watch like K Moores. These are like Fortnite players.
Mhm.
And then obviously we have like the Chicas and the Somersets. It's a lot of Fortnite, obviously. Like I'm only watching people play Fortnite. But it's cool to see all these girls like killing it in the Fortnite space, and I'm honored to
Yes.
play and get to know them too, like in IRL events and stuff like that. But yeah, didn't watch too many streamers until I started doing it, but now I have like I love to watch my friends or like people that are in the Fortnite space play.
Yeah, and I would
Mhm.
say even for you, like there are definitely, I'm sure there are people out there that watch you and get inspired by you being in the space as well, in terms of,
Yeah.
being a woman, especially like a black woman in the space
Mhm.
playing Fortnite. I know for me, like that's very like important to me, for me to see as well.
Mhm.
So, and I love that. So I definitely think include yourself in
Oh,
that group as well.
yes. I hope. I hope.
Mhm.
It really does warm my heart when people
Mhm.
say, "Hey, like I love watching you. You remind me of me, and it's cool to see you like winning at what you're doing." And that's like
Mhm.
all I could ever do. Like I think I always tell people like I also create for the like younger version of me who like maybe
Yes.
didn't have somebody that I related to so closely. And so if anybody gets that from me, whether it's because we look the same or we talk the same, we're from the same space, anything like that, like it makes me so happy. Because I am very
Yes.
much so a people person. I love connecting with everybody. I believe humans are good. I'm a glasses half full kind of girl. So
Mhm.
when we can, and that's the beauty of gaming too, is like it kind of can bring you together no matter where you're from or like what you believe in. There's like this common ground. And then I think when
Mhm.
we have things like that to bring us together, it makes conversations easier to have and we can all just grow as people. So
Yes,
shout out to the
yes.
gaming.
Yes, yes, and I love the optimism and positivity in
Oh,
that
thank you.
statement. I think that's
Mhm.
really important. It's really easy to kind of latch on to, the bad things, the challenges and the things that we
Mhm.
face, but like I think in the space you do have to have like a glass half full approach. Like, you know
Definitely.
what I mean? So thinking in abundance.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
Always.
So yes, yes. So let's hop into talking about content creation.
Okay.
So we know you're a huge Fortnite creator. I have
Yes.
seen a lot of your content and things like that. But when did you realize like you wanted to actually get into like content creation? And like can you tell us about like your journey from then to where you are now?
Sure. So, yes, as I've grown, people have begun to ask me this question and I had to like really like rattle my brain and then I realized like there was like a monumental moment where I was like, "Oh, like I've always I guess been destined to do what I'm doing because when I was in I think it was 8th grade going into 9th grade, my local radio station, it's called K104. Shout out to the 845 if you're from upstate New York or like above New
Okay.
York City, because everybody in New York gets all wonky about what's upstate, what's Western New York, whatever. Anyway, so my local radio station K104 had a contest, and they were like, if you can make a music video to Carly Rae Jepsen's "Call Me Maybe," whoever gets the most votes will get pit passes, which was like the VIP second section, and you get to meet her. So I pulled my two friends together and I was like, we're going to do this. And I had this little lime green digital camera. I directed the whole thing. I'm like, you do this, you do that. And we recreated
Yes.
the music video. And we ended up winning. And I got to meet Carly Rae Jepsen. We lip sync. And so now that's literally what I do. I direct myself. I record
Yes.
the audio now though, but I like lip sync and I like create these scenes and create stories. So that was the first time I can remember really being like, wow, okay, like I guess I have been really interested in this and just didn't fully realize it until I sat and thought about it. But
Yes.
yeah, as of like recently, like the starting of Keep Up Radio, I always tell people, like, I had so many ideas for social media. Like, I've always been like creative and trying something. And I say, like, I had been trying to find my space in like the digital world since 2017, but not till 2021 when I created Keep Up Radio did I like start to have success. So I always tell people, don't give up, because
Yes.
as I was starting, like, I remember posting my first TikTok, and when I watch it, I'm like, wow, that girl looks drained and defeated. Like, I know I was like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. Like, I've tried so many other things, but I guess I'll give it a go. And like, thank goodness I did, because
Yes.
it blew up. And so, yeah, I'll condense it a little bit, but I had started a podcast, and I had a successful podcast episode on the internet kind of go like mini viral. So I was like, okay, like I'll keep up doing this podcast. And that was the pop culture and the fun facts. And so I decided, okay, I'm going to do an episode about Ariana Grande because her album was about to come out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I learned all these facts about Ariana Grande by like researching for the episode. Like, I should share them somewhere, like facts that you didn't know about Ariana Grande. And so any like OG keepers know, I'd be like, facts about Ariana Grande that you didn't know. Like, those were the first kinds of videos I did. And they started to take off. And then, I described my content creation journey when it comes to TikTok in chapters. Chapter 1 was the celebrity news and fun facts. Chapter 2 was like rap responses, because as I started to continue to expand on my content, I did karaoke trivia. And then those videos went viral, and people would either sing with me or they'd make fun of me. But when the people made fun of me, I'm not one to just sit down and let somebody make fun of me. I have to talk back. That's what I always say.
Yes.
So I had to talk back. And, these creators were huge. They had like millions and millions of followers, but I didn't even have 100K. But I was like, that's okay. This is my chance. I always thought I could write bars. And I was like, this is my chance to flex my pen. I don't know how it's going to go, but let's see. And it worked. And then I was like, okay, the rap responses, it's an era, but like, I kind of want to get like reset a little bit and like something that's more long term. I didn't want to keep waiting for people to make fun of me to make raps. So then I was like, all right, I love Fortnite. I had started streaming alongside this journey because I was very much like, I studied digital marketing and social media marketing in college. So when I realized I was growing, I was like, I got to diversify my platforms. I can't put all my eggs in one basket. And so I started streaming on Twitch in the evenings after like work. And so I was like, okay, I love streaming on Twitch. This is working. I'm singing here. Okay, let's combine it together, and I'll sing and rap about Fortnite. And then I started calling myself the Queen of Fortnite, and here we are.
Yes, I love that story. I love that story. You started doing like just creating something in your hometown because of a radio contest, and like what amazing foreshadowing.
I know,
like what I mean?
Kind of weird.
Yes, like you literally like manifested everything. And putting in the work. So for our audience, like I really want you all to pay attention to Whitney's story, because she didn't know what was coming, like what her success would lead to. She just followed what was in her gut, like what she wanted to do, and look at where she is now. So absolutely, like don't give up. So it sounds like you was basically battle rapping.
I was. Yes. The rap response is the brand safe version that I like to put out there in the world. But I was, like I was really responding to people not saying nice things about me. But I always I was very intentional with my content. Like I always said, like I really I know times change and things shift, especially in pop culture, but I really, really want to try my best to not put something out there that's going to age bad or that I can't speak to later on. I've always been very aware of that.
Yes.
So even when people were like making fun of my physical features or my hair or my wig, like I would never stoop that low, because I don't think personally that's a funny way to joke. I don't think joking about physical appearance is funny to me. But I would be silly and be like, like you're a baby, like you're this, you're that, like you can't say anything to me. Like the one that stands out though, that a lot of people ask like where clout came from, and the reason I wrote a rap actually because somebody had said like, oh, like your husband lets you post this online, like how embarrassing. So I was like, you know what? Like I want to tell a story about like, I do what I do because I like it. And also my husband's super supportive of me. So how can I write
shout
this?
Out to the supportive hubbies, the
shout
supportive
out to
partners.
husband.
Yes.
Oh, so grateful. But yes, and so one of my first like rap songs I can remember ever listening to was Lip Gloss by Lil Mama.
Yes,
And I love
I
that
used to
song. My
love
lip
that
gloss is
song.
popping. My lip gloss is cool.
Hey,
And
yes.
so I don't know why I thought of this specific instrumental, but I was like, oh, I love that song. Let me respond to this. And so I made this rap. I'll do it for you because it's quick. And it was like, live performance. Here we go.
Live performance.
It was like, tons of like notifs. I can barely see the trolls, but every few times I read their keyboard chronicles. TikToker, ask your mans, let you post this on the talk. I post what I want. He supports nonstop. Oh, the hate is so mad. They hate to see me having fun. It's really super sad. The people shoot their shot and they try to call me out, but really want to diss so they can have some of my clothes. And so that's where clout came from, because in the original song, Lil Mama said crushes. And so I just said clothes the way she said it, but it went viral, and then I stuck with it and I made it my brand.
Love that. First of all, hold on. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Do y'all see this talent? Because the way you just spit that, like, with no hesitation.
Thanks.
Like, just what? Hold on.
Too kind.
I need that. I need that on the hold on. Like, you need to drop the EP.
Oh my god.
Because the way you just literally bodied that, so easy, so smooth.
Much.
Like,
thank you.
Wow. Thank you for blessing us with that live performance.
Y'all are so welcome.
You about to have us out here like seriously. I absolutely love that. So
thank you.
And I just love the authenticity of it all. Like this is it's you. Like and you know, we can clearly see that it's you, and it's you putting things out that is authentic to you, and you've taken like negative experiences and negative things that people have said and turned them into a positive song, like into something positive and something that you can make content out of. So I know that you encourage your audience to create experiences that, like, you know, reinforce the idea of loving who you are and being unapologetic about that. And I definitely see that in your content. So, and I love that message. But why do you think this is something that is important for content creators to know?
Yeah, I think, like, do you mean in regards to like being authentic to yourself? Yeah, I think it's so important to be you when you create content, because then it won't feel like work. Like, yes, like sometimes I have days where I'm tired, and usually that just means I've been doing too much. I need to take a break. But it's like I can keep going because I love what I'm doing so much. I think sometimes people will do something because they think it will go viral. And I think it's important to be strategic of like, how can I go viral if that is your goal and you want to grow an audience? But I think you have to do it with a topic or a subject that you can talk about 24/7, 365. Like people will be like, do you really like Fortnite? I'm like, I could not sing about Fortnite, rap about Fortnite, stream Fortnite 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, 5 days a week, if I didn't love Fortnite like with all my heart. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it just makes it easier to be able to show up and give 110% because I love what I do. So I think it's easier. You're being kinder to yourself to be your authentic self when you show up online, so that it doesn't feel work, or you don't get like burnt out as easily, because it's hard. I know for me, I can't like not be me. Like the motivation to do something when I don't want to do it, it's just I can't function almost. It feels debilitating.
Yes, same.
Because I'm like, oh my god, I just don't believe in this. Like I cannot. It hurts. It feels like it hurts to do it. So to do something that you love and that you're passionate about, it just makes it easier to keep going and keep trying until you have that winner.
Yes. So I want to hop into talking a little bit more about Fortnite, because I love Fortnite. I'm excited to talk to you about Fortnite, because you know Fortnite it means a lot to me. It's honestly, when I started Brown Girl Gamer Code, that's all I was streaming. When I started streaming, I accidentally went live on my PS4.
Oh my god.
I didn't know that I could do that. And you know, I thought, you know, I was so new to the space. I thought I like needed a PC and all these things, but I'm like, wait a minute, I'm live on my console. So but I started, you know, playing Fortnite and playing Save the World and the Battle Royale and things like that. And here we are, 6 years later, and I'm still a huge fan. I always
Yeah.
come back to it if I take a break, regardless. Like Fortnite is that one game that has been like super consistent
Yeah.
for me. But what drew you into playing Fortnite?
Yeah, I think it was just like I said, I love games where you get to like play and team up with other people. So the
Mhm.
fact that squads were a thing, like I thought
Yeah.
that was so fun. And just the idea of being able to play like Phil and like meet people and play is like
Mhm.
that is definitely what drew me to it in the first place. And then like when I played, I literally used to not even like fully get it. Like I just would
Same
roam
here.
around. I tell people all the time, they're like, when did you start playing Fortnite? I'm like, chapter 1, season 2. But I didn't know anything until chapter
Same
2, season
here.
6 when I started streaming. Didn't understand a thing. Like
Mhm.
I was showing up and I was having fun. I could pick up the gun and shoot the, but other than that, like in terms of like the lore and like the
Mhm.
way the seasons change and the skins,
Mhm.
like I could kick myself. I always say I've been playing since chapter 1, season 2, and if I had gotten the battle pass back then, like the way my locker would look, I'd
Yeah.
have like all these OG skins. I just was not into the cosmetics back then. It's so sad. Anyway, but yeah, definitely it started out with just the ability of like being able to play with other people and like kind of have that community and have fun at the same time.
Yes, absolutely. So when I started playing, I believe it was during either season 1 or season 2. I can't remember
Mhm.
at the moment. It was one or the other, season 1 or season 2. But I see in chat Bad Bella says that they were confused with the storm. And
Mhm.
literally same. I like to the point where I didn't know. I was like, I was playing by myself,
Mhm.
and I was just running around in one of those like farm field looking areas,
Yep.
one of them OG ones, and
Yeah.
just ran around, didn't know, and it was nobody around me, and I'm like, where is everybody? I
Yeah.
didn't realize that everybody had gone into the circle.
Right.
And I know like everything started turning purple. And I'm
Right.
like, I was like, what happened? Like, what's wrong?
Huh?
I'm like, why does this look like this? And I'm losing health. I did not know that I was in the storm and I
Yeah.
died. I was so embarrassed. I was like,
What?
oh my God, what did I just do?
Mhm. Oh
So
my
like,
gosh.
yes, literally same. Yes, same Bella. I was like so confused. What is this purple thing that's like gobbling me
Mhm.
up right now?
Mhm.
So I literally same. I didn't know what it was. It was my first like shooter outside of like Grand Theft Auto, but like that's
Yeah.
a totally different realm of shooting,
Mhm.
and had no idea. And so yeah, I didn't know what was going on. It was just vibes at
Yep.
that point.
We're
Like,
just vibing. We're
yep,
playing. Friendly fire was still a thing. Me and my friends would like shoot each other because
yeah.
we could back then. Like it was just a vibe. Yep.
Yes, it was just a vibe, and that's really it. So, for our audience, we're going to watch Whitney's viral "Go Tilted" rap. I love it. Y'all about to see me up here dancing, doing the "Go Tilted" dance. So I'm gonna pull that up on the stream, so y'all enjoy.
The Towers is back in Fortnite. Every day I play Fortnite, tons of hours. And when I'm landing, no, I'm going till the towers. Open a chest and I grab my favorite gun. If you see me rolling up, then you know you better run. Every game I play, it ends in victory. Tilted Towers is the spot you wanna be. When you land tilted, better take that tower stance. Put your arms up at your side, do the tilted tower dance. Go tilted, 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 go tilted.
Yes.
I love that
I
video.
love that.
Aw, thank you.
I love that.
Thank
Go
you.
tilted.
Go tilted.
Hey.
Go tilted. It's so funny because so the way that came about was Epic reached out to me and then Tilted Towers was coming back to Fortnite and they were like, "Oh, like will you do a TikTok for us?" And I was like, "Sure." And I had actually already written a different song. It was called Tilted Towers is back in Fortnite and I
Yes.
just wrote a song. And they were like, "We love that. Can you do another one?" And I was like, "Okay." And so I was like, "I want to make like Soldier Boy, but Fortnite, like something that people can
Yes.
do." And I literally actually was I was streaming a lot more back then. Like, and so I have the full process of me writing that song on my YouTube channel. Like, you can see, all right, guys, today I have to write this song. We're going to do it right now. And you can watch me. It's cool for me to watch back and like watch me come up with it and like the process. But that's how Tilted Tower Dance came to be. And like
I
now
love that.
people will do the dance. Like it's just so cool. It's really, really
I
awesome.
love it. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. And it's so funny. I don't know if you're familiar with Fresh Prince.
Yes.
The episode where Aunt Viv's doing her
Oh, her like dance.
yes, I'm like, that's what when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
yes. But I love that. I definitely want to check out the process of you, like how you came up with that. I'm a huge music fan. I love music. I love R&B. I'm definitely an R&B head, but also I love hip hop. I love storytelling in songs and things like that.
Me too.
And I just love how I love when gaming and music like come together. Like that's when the magic really, really happens when you and like you clearly have demonstrated that. Like coming up with like a rap about Tilted. First of all, Tilted Towers has always been lit. Always.
Yes.
I love.
The people
I hope
love
they bring it back
Tilted Towers.
again.
Yes. I know. I
Like,
hope they bring it back again too.
I hope they bring it back again because Tilted was just it was always tilted.
Mhm.
Always.
It was.
You know. But I think it's so cool for you to bridge your either love and talent for music with video games. So when I know you talked about like you first started coming up with raps to like I guess come back at people who said, you know, what things like that. But what are some of like your favorite? Do you have like favorite songwriters and like producers and things like that?
Oh my gosh.
Let's hear about them.
For sure. Well, in my house, Anika Tanya Mirage Petty is the queen of rap.
Not the government.
The government name, the married government name. I love Nicki Minaj. Like I remember like when I forget, I think it was when Bedrock came out, and I just remember her verse, and I just was like, I have never heard a girl speak like that before, but she sounds very confident, and I love that about that. And like I was like, she sounds very unapologetic on who she is, and that these are all things that I care about so much. And so I love Nicki. And actually, I had written I did a freestyle to her song "We Go Up," and she actually saw it and commented on my TikTok and said like that chauffeur bar was good. Like she told me that the rap I wrote was good. So I was like, nobody can tell me anything. Nicki told me that my bar was good. Like, I don't care what anybody else has to say. The queen has spoken. But yeah, I mean, I really like Mike Will made it for producer. I think Murder on the Beats. I really like. I'm just thinking of like the tags that I hear when I'm listening to music where I'm like, this one's about to be a pop.
Mike Will made
yes, Mike Will. I love, but also just like Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift, Beyonce. Like I'm Rihanna. I'm a big like pop rap girl. Like those are my two favorites for sure. But I really do love all music too. Like I can kind of get into some country. I can get into some screamo alternative. Like I thought I was so punk rock growing up at one point in time. But like yeah, like I really just have a love for music, and I love a good story. And I think that's why,
I love that. Yes, I love that. I definitely feel like I have a wide variety in music taste as well. Also, yes, Sprinkle Bedrock is also my song. I remember I was in college when that came out. I can make it bedrock.
Yeah.
That was my song. Oh, I used to love that song.
A bop, yeah.
It was a bop. It was a bop. But yeah, I definitely, and I think having like a wide range in terms of like your taste in music is very beneficial. I think it just makes things more well-rounded. It helps you be more creative and you know, and you can pull inspiration from so many different areas and artists and genres and things like that. So I love that. Do you have any like favorite like rap and video game collaborations?
Oh, let me think. Okay. I want to say like I really liked when Lil Nas X did Star Walking with League of Legends. I think that was wildly underrated. I don't know. I feel like the people didn't appreciate the greatness that was. Maybe it's because I love League of Legends. I have been playing for so long. I really liked that collaboration. That's one that comes to mind as of recently. And I just really like what League of Legends has done with music, where they take, their champions, and I think they have like music groups that are voiced by like, I think Becky G, I think Kiki Palmer, like they have like groups that they put together for these songs. Like they take these awesome, amazing, talented singers, but they bring their champions to life for these like virtual like groups. And I think that's so cool. So like that's like another, League of Legends really stands out when it comes to the integration, I guess, with video games and music. I think they've done a cool job.
Yes. Speaking of Kiki Palmer, I've recently seen her get more into like the gaming and streaming world.
I saw her playing Sims recently, and I was like, yes, let's go.
That's a collaboration that I want to happen. Like, yes, give us a Kiki Palmer, either Kiki Palmer in The Sims, Kiki Palmer in Fortnite. I don't care.
Amazing.
Give us a Kiki Palmer and video game collaboration. Like, I definitely need it. Some of my favorites that I've seen, and for me, I think about like where they put like rappers or artists like in video games and stuff. Like, a throwback for me is True Crime, when they put Snoop Dogg in the game.
Oh my god!
To run around and play as Snoop Dogg.
That's so fun.
And I love Snoop Dogg. And I was just too done and too excited.
Yeah.
Of course, like, the Def Jam vendettas and all that kind of stuff. So, but I definitely, I want to see more of it. So, I definitely would love to see a Kiki Palmer collaboration. I've seen Fortnite put like, I was so excited when they put Biggie Smalls song in Fortnite for like the lobby music, and then
they did Wu-Tang Clan.
The Wu-Tang Clan, Dollar Bill, y'all.
Yes.
I was like, they
yep. I got the emote.
Yes.
Yes.
Like,
so
they
good.
Put the Wu-Tang Clan in Fortnite.
Yes.
I never would have expected that. That is definitely one of my favorites.
They're so full of surprises with that.
So full. I never
like,
in a million
whoever
years.
was at the office that was like, y'all, this.
Yes.
Like, it really didn't see it coming, but was so excited.
No.
So excited.
Didn't see it. And that I love that about Fortnite, because I feel like they understand that their audience is so broad.
Yes.
And they really do they make something for everyone.
They really
And I was like, when they put like the Wu-Tang Clan in there, I felt seen. I was like, they're talking to me.
Yeah.
You know? So I love that. I love that. So so we have a lot of content creators in our community. They often get in discouraged and like fall victim to comparison, myself included, and things like that. What advice would you give to someone who's either just starting out or trying to find their way in content creation?
Yeah, I think like it's so like taking inspiration from other people, or like looking to see what other people are doing to like, like I said, draw inspiration from that, I think is like so normal and so amazing. And to take something that works, I think it's like you don't have to always reinvent the wheel, but you can definitely like maybe paint the wheel a different color, I guess. You know what I mean? So, I'm not the first person to take songs and like make them video game themed. Like Instalock, I don't know if anybody remembers Instalock. They were a YouTube channel that would take like what I do, but for League of Legends. So I just remember binge watching those videos. And I love them. And, eventually when I got to a point where I was like, what could I do? I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. That's kind of like what Instalock used to do. Like, okay. So it's like, I didn't really like, so it's not like it's never been done before, but I definitely would say in terms of like the Fortnite space, that was an area that had been kind of tapped into, but not where it's like that person's main form of content, where it's like, that's what I am known for.
Yeah.
So I would say like, definitely it's okay, but also don't like, you have to like focus. I'm all about like putting my head down and just focusing on me. Like sometimes I do have to like put somebody on mute, not because like I'm, mad at them or anything, but sometimes it really is like when you see other people, like social media gives us so much access to information. And sometimes
Yes.
when you see people getting opportunities, it can be discouraging. So like sometimes I just throw people on mute, and I'm like, this is good for my mental health so I can
Mhm.
focus and be my best self. And then once I get to a place where I'm feeling better, like I can take them off mute. But like
Mhm.
I think utilizing like the tools that social media does have to like
Mhm.
help us protect our mental health as creators is so
Yes.
important. So I'm always like, throw somebody on mute for a little bit. They're not
Yeah.
gonna know, and then take them off
Right.
later when you feel better.
Yes.
But yeah, I
Mhm.
think comparison is the thief of joy. And it's like
Mhm.
it's a
Yes.
thin line between like looking to be aware of who's around and what other people are doing, but not so toxic where you're like getting discouraged or feel like you can't do
Yes.
something, or like it's making you not be able to work at the level you want to be working at.
Yes, yes, I always say that comparison is definitely the thief
Mhm.
of joy. Yes, like, and if I like have that framed, like, or put on a post-it
Yeah,
note, you know what I
it
mean?
is.
Because it really can steal your joy and make you forget like your authenticity, your
Mhm.
magic, your
Yeah.
thing where you're special.
Mhm.
So and speaking of like authenticity, what advice would you give to creators in terms of them finding out what feels authentic to them?
Yeah, I would say just try. Like keep trying. Don't give up. Like whatever you find joy in, like even if it's like I know for me I used to feel like, "Oh my god, I have so many interests and so many hobbies. I'll never
Mhm,
have a niche," because they say you have to niche down to blow up. And I do
mhm,
believe that is true. I think for longevity having a set talking point is just
mhm.
going to make it easier for people to understand. I think about this a lot with TikTok specifically, and this is why I
Yeah.
love TikTok, because anybody can go viral. Like it's not like you
Mhm.
have to be established.
Yeah.
So the way I think of it in my head is like if I keep doing the same topic, once that post goes viral, now they have a whole catalog of other things about that same topic that they can watch. It makes sense. But if you're
Mhm.
hopping around and then you go viral, like one time I talked to somebody and they were like, yeah, like their car, like they didn't park it properly, so it rolled and it hit a car at a tree, and it got like a lot of views on TikTok, and they got like they weren't in it, everybody was okay, no, everybody was safe, but they had gained like 16,000 followers on TikTok from that one video. But they were like, yeah, like, but I can't like just yeet my car every 30
Right.
seconds, I don't know what to do. So it's like I think of it from that standpoint of like
Yeah.
keep trying, because when I did find what was working for me,
Mhm,
I don't like hobby hop as much, or I don't deviate as much. Like
mhm.
sometimes I will be like, oh, like I want to try something else, and I'll be like, nah, like let me just go back to what's working. Like I just had to get out of my system for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to just try, and like I would give it like I don't know what the perfect time frame is, but I think if you're giving something all your might and it becomes not fun
Mhm,
anymore, then
mhm.
maybe you got to pivot, or maybe you just have to
Yeah.
take a break. Because I, like I said, I did have many ideas. Like I had a food blog, I started a
Mhm.
drinkware company, I did a career advice for college students for a little bit. Um,
Mm.
so I've just done like a lot of different ideas. But then I've always loved pop culture, and like that TikTok like went viral right off the bat. But all the times I tried and learned and researched like digital marketing strategy and like what it takes to make a good video, how to like have an intro and captivate your audience quickly, and like watch time, making sure your video is in that sweet spot to retain retention, because that's what's going to push your video out. Like
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
like a perfect storm. I had gathered all that knowledge, so when I did the thing, it worked, and it worked really well. And so then I was able to just run with that, and it became very, very clear. So that's what I would say is just keep trying until you have your winner, and like don't give up, and just make sure you're having fun.
Yes.
Fun's so
Have
important.
fun.
Have
Have
fun.
fun. That is so important. Have
Mhm.
fun. 'Cause it's supposed to be fun. Like, and
Yeah.
that's a good time to do a pulse check is when you're doing something and it's not fun for you anymore. Then you need
Yeah.
to stop and be like, okay, what happened? Because
Mhm.
you need to get back to making it fun for you.
Yeah.
Like that's so important. So I know you've worked with a lot of different brands like Kate
Yes.
Spade and Epic and Verizon.
Mhm.
How do you decide what brands to work with?
Yeah, like I think most of the opportunities that come to me always like make sense. I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
cool. Like I can actually speak to this. Like, but
Hmm.
I have had brands come to me where I'm like, I feel like they didn't even research my audience, because like there's no
Hmm.
way I'm promoting this product to my
Yeah.
viewers. Like that doesn't make any sense. And I
Hmm.
think my audiences, my keepers are amazing. And like it's so funny because when I go on a sponsored post, they're just like cheering me on. And I feel like the
Yes.
viewer today, like everybody knows like how creators make their money. They are aware of like the sponsored posts. So it's kind of like my approach to it is like, how can I make it fun, and how can I make this story still worth listening to, even though it's a sponsored post? But yeah, I think about a lot like what products come, or what the brand is. And for most of the time it makes sense. But if it's something like, I know my audience demographic is between like 13 to 21. So like, and the percentages weigh differently. And so if it's something where I'm like, this is not going to vibe with them, like this doesn't work, I don't care to promote this. Like I will just like pass up on it. But majority of the things that come my way, I'm like super excited about. And I feel like it's relevant to my audience and they do their research. So that's always good.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing, and for our audience, I want you all to take some of these points away, because what I'm hearing Whitney say is, one, understand, you can like being able to tell when a brand has researched you and when they haven't, when they clearly are not, they don't know much about you. I know we often talk about like, or I hear people talk about, who should I work with, or how do I even pitch, what brand should I pitch to, or you know as creators, I don't care what size you are, like you're going to get folks that come into your email trying to, trying to pitch to you for something. We get it, but in a lot of times you can clearly tell like what's authentic and what's not, who's done their research and who hasn't. And that's a
100%.
clear that can be a clear indicator of who you should and shouldn't work with. Another thing I'm hearing, I've heard you talk about your audience demographic. So for like creators in our audience, in our chat, think about that. What is your core demographic? That is another thing that can help you decide whether or not you should be working with this brand or not. Is it a good fit based on like the age and gender breakdown, the location in the world, and like all these kinds of things, and what your audience's hobbies and interests are. Like, it's so important to like research your own self, your own brand, and your own community, so that you are ready and prepared. You can feel comfortable in saying no. You don't feel pressured to just work with anyone, because you shouldn't just work with anybody,
No.
So but how do you maintain positive relationships with like different partners and brands that you work with? Because I know most of the conversation talks about like how to pitch and things like that, but what about after that, like maintaining that relationship and keeping it positive is also just as important.
It is so important. And I think for me, it becomes so natural because I am very much a people person, and I love to spark joy. I really do like to like be a delight, and like I just love people and interacting. And I think it's little things like really just getting to know the person if you can. Like I'm really big on LinkedIn. Like I connect with everybody on LinkedIn. I love it. And then just being aware of like I feel super fortunate for some of the people that I get to work with, because before I did what I do, I was like in like a corporate like 9-to-5 job. I work for a tech company, and I used to say growing up, like, I want to just be in an office and be in my 9-to-5 and dress cute and go to work and have coworkers. And I really did love that environment. Like, I really do thrive in an office, and I love like the camaraderie that comes with that. And so something I feel so fortunate about is having one, just like loving that vibe, and like two, like having been in corporate, is like I can bring those elements to what I do. And I think, I don't want to sound like full of myself, but I think that separates me from maybe other people who haven't been that route, or like thought about that at all, or like done anything with like networking. And like I was like very much so an active young professional, and I joined like different organizations here in Buffalo, YP development, and like just educated myself on networking and like business. And I bring those elements into what I do. And a lot of my business that I have are like repeat clients, like majority of it is. And so I think it comes from just like be a good person. Like I hope you like people, and I guess that's what I would say with that.
Yeah. I think that's a good perspective. And one of the things I want to kind of call out here is for folks like who maybe you might be in a corporate setting, or maybe you've worked in a corporate setting, you've had different jobs here and there, but I'm always talking to people about their transferable skills. And this is a perfect example of like your transferable skills. You worked in that environment, in that corporate environment, and learned the ropes of working on a team and managing
Mhm.
relationships there and all that kind of stuff. And you've been able to use that as a content creator.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of folks think, I think as viewers only see like the front of things. They see
Yeah.
what you put out, but they don't often
Mhm.
see the behind the scenes and like the networking and the planning and the project
Yeah.
managing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That a lot of y'all have those experiences from various roles that you've
Mhm.
had throughout your life, and they can absolutely be taken from there and used in the space as a content creator. So if you didn't think you were capable, please know that you are, and just think
Yes.
about what you've done already and transfer that into what you're trying to do now.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people too will ask, like, or they'll say, I want to be a gamer. I want to be a streamer just like
Mhm.
you when I grow up. And I'm like, yes, you could do that. But I
Mhm.
try to, and everybody has their own path. There are some people who figured it out. Maybe they didn't go to college, or maybe
Mhm.
they graduate, whatever they did. But I know for me, I just like to share my authentic story. And I'm very,
Mhm.
very grateful I went to college. I'm very grateful I got my degree. And I'm very grateful that I always say, like, if this didn't work out, it's a fun ride. And I will go back to the 9 to 5
Mhm.
office and I'll have a good story when I walk up to that water cooler
Yes.
about this ride. So
Yes.
I'm so I if I had done this when I was like 18, 19, like I look at those
Mhm.
people and I'm like, wow, like good for them. Because if I had this audience, if I had what I had now at 18, I would not know what I was doing.
Mhm.
Like there would have been so many other things that would have um I would have taken, like, I know I would have cared more about the views. I know I would have cared more about what people thought of me. And this wouldn't
Mhm.
work if I didn't start it when I was 25 and I had gone through college and gone through coworkers and had people not
Yes.
be nice to me because they just didn't want to be nice to me, or were whatever the reason. And
Mhm.
I feel like when you face those things in real life, like for me, it makes it way easier to have to handle online. So
Yes.
I credit a lot of like this working from like my college experiences, my high
Mhm.
school experiences, even, and my work life before I started doing this job.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Yes. So I want to ask about the Snapchat
Yes!
creator program,
So
but
exciting.
before we go to our break, so
Mhm.
what you were selected for
I was.
Snapchat's inaugural 523 creator program.
I
So first of
was.
all,
Thank you
congratulations.
so much.
But yeah, tell us more about that.
Yeah, so Snapchat just started their 523 Black Creator Program. They also 523 is kind of like a section of Snapchat that is dedicated to um elevating underrepresented communities. So they
Mhm.
have 523, but then this is the Black Creator 523 program specifically.
Mhm.
And yeah, they told us there were like, I think like thousands of applications. And out of like the thousands, like 25 of us were selected. And I was one of them. Like
Yeah,
that mind blowed me.
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you. And
that's
yeah,
awesome.
it's been very, very such a amazing opportunity for me. It's really, it gave me the opportunity to be like, okay, I'm gonna focus on my content now, because I do receive a stipend from them every month, which is
Mhm.
amazing. So if you
Yes.
are a creator, be on the lookout for the 523 Black Creator Program. I think the
Yes.
applications will open up. They opened up around this time last year. Like I remember hearing about it when I was at VidCon, which I'm going to
Mhm.
next week.
Yes.
And I think the applications opened up around that time when I was in
Mhm.
California. So just be on the lookout. But yeah, it's been a great opportunity, and I'm so grateful for literally this one, and just like to see other platforms too, like taking the time to create these programs to elevate the underrepresented communities that exist and
Mhm.
diversify that FYP or
Yes.
that feed, because it is needed. We have to have, you want to see more people, diverse
Mhm.
people. Like I always love that. So yeah,
Yes.
it's been a really great opportunity. I love working with Snapchat, and I am always on Snapchat. I always tell people, if you do want to see the behind the scenes and see my husband and my dog, to add me back on Snapchat, follow me on Snapchat. I
Yes.
am Keep Up Radio over there. And something that was awesome that I try not to think about too much, but I was super grateful for, is Snapchat verified me when I got selected. So it's like, aside
Yes.
from Twitch, which is like partner, like it's the only platform to actually like verify me. So I do have a gold star, so you'll know it's me when you search up Keep Up Radio.
Yes.
Because
That's
yeah,
awesome.
super
I
cool.
love that. I love that. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Thanks.
So, we've seen like creator programs sort of start to pop up here
Yeah.
and there and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. And even with Snapchat's program, how do you think that demonstrates how brands are trying to really elevate Black creators, especially because I know that we sort of started to see more of that happen after or I guess during 2020,
Yeah.
after like the protesting with
Yeah.
the unfortunate deaths of George Floyd and things like that. And so, but it's good to see even now that, here we are a couple years later, we're still seeing these brands that are still trying and still
They are.
trying to elevate
Yeah.
Black creators.
I think they are. I really think from my personal experience, now is the time. Like, I feel like brands are really like, okay, we want to speak to all these different communities. Like, I think about I did a collaboration with Target and highlighted Thread Beauty, which is a Black owned makeup company, and they're very inclusive with the shades, and they created an activation in Fortnite. So that was an opportunity where I was like, this is so cool. And that's the foundation I literally have on Thread right now. Yes. I'm not joking when I tell people, when I found out, because it's affordable, the foundation $8, and it is
yes
it's kind of glowing. I'm not trying to glow,
come on, glow.
It's amazing, and it's the only foundation. Once I found it, I stopped using every other foundation. It's the best, and I really, really mean that, aside from my collaboration with them. But yeah, and I recently have another opportunity I can't talk too much about, but I think it is coming, and I think it's going to be something that's really, really cool regarding, that representation and making people feel seen. So from my experience, like, I think for sure brands are really trying, and I'm happy to see it, and I'm honored to be able to help spread those messages when I'm given the opportunity.
Ooh, okay. Yes, I love that. We'll be on the lookout for what's to come.
Yes.
So we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. After the break, we're gonna do a Q&A. So we want to hear from the audience. So if you have questions for Whitney, please drop them in the chat, and we will collect them, and I'll throw them up on the screen. And we'll get started with our Q&A. But we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. So please get your questions ready and drop them in the chat. Yay. And we will be right back.
Sounds good.
All right. We are back from break.
Yay.
Yay. All right. So we're getting ready to hop into our Q&A with Whitney. So we have some questions from our audience. Thank you to my lovely, amazing mods for collecting those. Yes, shout out to the mods.
Shout out to the mods of the world.
Yes, shout out to the mods. The mods are always on it.
Yeah.
And always appreciate the mods. It's Mod Appreciation Day every day around here. All right, so let's hop right in. So for our first question, we have from Bad Bella. So Bad Bella wants to know, who or what brands would you like to collaborate with?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I literally know. I always tell people when they ask me this, and I don't know if or when it would ever happen, but I don't know what it is about when I was growing up, like Christian Louboutins. Like, I love a heel, and I've been so obsessed. And I recently was able to buy my first pair, which was just like so cool, and I love them. They're like my most prized possession. Thank you. So if Christian Louboutin like ever could utilize me in any way or fashion, I feel like I would love that so much. I'd love to like walk in a fashion show. I feel like that's like a low-key dream of mine. So that would be really cool.
I'm here for it. I feel like it can happen. And I mean, hey, we've seen Fortnite has put Balenciaga in that game.
So I'm waiting for the Christian Louboutin, and I'm waiting for the Louis Vuitton, because Louis Vuitton did League of Legends. So I'm like, why can't they do Fortnite?
Yep.
We definitely can do a back bling.
Yep. And you can write a rap. You can rap about it. Yes. So they need to come on with it. Thank you for that question, Bad Bella. All right. Next, we have another question from Soul Vibes. Hello, Soul. Soul says, do you have any tips or tricks for those who are new to Fortnite? If so, what do you suggest?
Yeah, I feel like playing is like the best practice you can get. There are I feel like sometimes people miss the discovery page though. So if you go on Fortnite to select between like builds or no builds, that discovery page has a lot of different creator made islands that are different categories. So if you want to do practice or try a 1v1 map or a build map, there are maps that creators make. There are people, there are map makers that are dedicated to creating different spaces in Fortnite other than just Battle Royale and Save the World. So I would leverage the Discovery page to look for those practice maps and play the game. Those are the best two things, I think.
Yes, definitely. I think like Fortnite has so many like little modes and things to like discover and play and experiment with. My brother got me into, somehow he put us into a horror game called The Forest. And I was like, what are we in? We got chased by this huge monster. And I'm a horror fan, so it takes a lot to scare me. And I was scared.
Oh my gosh.
I was scared. I was screaming at this game. I was like, what is it? They did such a good job with it. So yes, there's a lot of, even if you want to just hop in by yourself, I would definitely look into that. The next question we have is from Dun Dun. So Dun Dun says, is there anything you hope to see in Fortnite in the future?
I want a Nicki Minaj Rift Tour. That's what they gave Ariana Grande had her Rift Tour, and they changed the name of when they do these kinds of collabs, but in my head, because Ariana's was the first one. Well, I experienced the Travis Scott one too, but that was the Ariana one was the first one I was streaming and like really got into it. And so I call all the music collaborations a Rift Tour in my head. I still haven't like grown out of that, but I want Nicki Minaj to have I want a Nicki Minaj skin in Fortnite. I want them to just take Fortnite and make it Nicki like they did with Ariana Grande. So that's
I did get to do the Ariana Grande one. That was so fun. My first one was the Travis Scott one.
Yep.
And I was like, what? Like, what? I just cannot believe it had a giant Travis Scott running around the map like that. Like,
and they just did Kid Laroi recently too, and that was really fun.
Yes,
that was awesome. And then just the way that they can create these experiences in Fortnite, I think, is absolutely amazing.
Yes. All right. Our next question is from Riesel Diesel. And Riesel Diesel says, if you had all the money you could ever need, what would you do with your life? Would you keep streaming or would you retire to an island?
Oh my gosh. If I had all the money in the world, I feel like I'd still be streaming because I do just love video games. But something that's super important to me, and I don't know how I'm going to get there, is like, I think about a lot about like just giving back any way that I can. And I would love to create something that just like is able to fund people if they feel like they're not in a safe environment, or maybe like the space that they're in isn't like beneficial to them, or maybe like they aren't accepted for who they are at home. That's just something that I've seen and like makes me really sad. And so if there's any kind of organization I could ever create for like people like that, like I would take the money and try and do that and try and give some positivity into the world for sure.
I love that. And there's so like, there's always a need for spaces like that because there's so many people all over the world, so many people who experience that, who, you know, aren't able to like, you know, outwardly be who they are and, you know, often get rejected and things like that. I know for myself, like that's why I love my organization, because I get to really, you know, be just nerd out and geek out as much as I want, like, and not be seen as like, you know, people accept me.
Weird.
Like I can, you know, just come into our Discord and just be
here with your people.
Just burst out into song and they're gonna just appreciate it, you know, like, and I understand that, you know, growing up, it wasn't always safe for me to do that. Like I did experience, you know, exclusion and bullying and things in school. I was one of only little Black girls I knew that loved video games. Like, you know, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to just play video games. I went home and just spent hours on a video game. You know, so outside of like my best friend, you know, there really wasn't spaces like that. So, you know, I would definitely love to see that. So somebody give Whitney all the money she would ever need. Our next question is from Zemo.
Zemo. Love Zemo.
Zemo says, how has your family reacted to your career choice? And was it weird to tell them, or did they fully support you?
Yes. Okay, this is a great question. So my parents, I always say they're not like the most tech savvy people, and
Mhm.
they do not have Facebook. Like they don't use social media very much, but they are aware of what I do. And I think to go into the topic, it's like even though they don't always 100% get what I'm doing, for the most part, I know they respect what I'm doing, and they know that I've been able to like make a living for myself. And in that regard,
Mhm.
they do get it.
Good.
And that's definitely something that has been good. But I also think the belief that I have in myself has been like the biggest driving factor for me in what I do. And as much it is nice to have support from other people. Like I'm very like I don't really share with other people my ideas. Like I don't get advice or feedback from other people because I'm
Mhm.
like if I can't back this up 100%, it doesn't matter if somebody told me they thought it was good because at the end of the day I'm
Mhm.
on the line for it. So, yeah, it is like that's kind of the setup with my parents when it comes to my social media, but I'm
Mhm.
happy that I'm able to still like motivate myself and do what I love, and I'm like the last person that checks that box. So,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. Yes, yes, yes. So Bad Bella says, why did you choose Fortnite as your main topic?
Yes. Oh, it's just my favorite video game. I love it so much. And I didn't really talk about this before, but some people should know that I had a moment where I was streaming and I lagged on Fortnite really, really badly. And that in
Mhm.
itself went viral on TikTok. Like somebody clipped it of me having like really bad like frames. And then that was the first time I made a Fortnite song. It was kind of like a response to this
Yeah.
video of me going viral because I had bad graphics. And I always loved Fortnite, but that was I think the solidifying factor of like, oh, like this now I'm known as the Fortnite girl. And like I
Yes.
already love Fortnite so much, so it all makes sense. But yeah, just that it's my favorite video game, and I feel like the universe just put everything in place for me to be playing Fortnite and streaming Fortnite.
Yes, universe. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I actually have a question. I'd like
Yes.
to know more about your locker bundle that I see behind
Oh my
you.
gosh,
Tell us
yes.
about your locker bundle.
Sure. Yes. So Locker Bundle is a very, very amazing opportunity that some creators in the Fortnite space get. So basically, Epic Games reached out to me and they were like, we want to give you a Locker Bundle. And at the time, I was aware of what it was. So I was like, yay, perfect. And so I picked some emotes and a rap that meant a lot to me. I picked
Mhm.
Kyra. Kyra is my favorite character in the game to play. I always say like Kyra is like me if I was in Fortnite for real. Like, and this is my uniform is like crop top with like a pant and a heel. She has green
Yes,
heels
she
on and a high
does.
pony. So I love that. Like I would dress like that like on a given day if I was going to an event or something. Like maybe one day I'll wear this to like a special event. But
Yes.
anyway, so I put Kyra in there because I had to. She's my girl. And then I have the brush your shoulders off meme because it's just like one, I feel like it's very swaggy. Like I love getting dressed up. So I'm like, I look good. I'm brushing my shoulders off. But also I do get a lot of criticism online and I'm like just always like brushing my shoulders off. You can't
Mhm.
let those words get to you ever. The wrap is gold and black because gold and black are my favorite colors, gold, black, and red, of course. But I went with the gold and black wrap.
Mhm.
And then the cube, the amazing cube emo is somebody like solving a cube.
Yes.
My
Mhm.
husband taught me how to solve my first ever Rubik's cube, and he
Oh,
loves
really?
cubes. Yeah, he has like 3x3, 2x2, like 9x9s. Like he's like really into it.
Wow.
It's kind of
I've
crazy.
never beaten one.
It's honestly like once you learn how to do it, it's like muscle memory. Like you can,
Yeah,
yeah. I
I'm
used
gonna
to
have to
be so
try it.
intimidated. Yeah, it's one
I
of
am
those.
intimidated.
It's one of those things where I feel like you think like, oh, do people just like accidentally get it? But there is a technique to it. There's steps you follow, and you can solve that. I always thought if I
Mhm.
can do it, somebody else can figure it out too. Because I was very scared and confused, but he was like, "You can do this," and so I just wanted to pay homage to him because he's so supportive of me and he always
Yes.
makes me feel amazing. And so I wanted
I
to
love
shout
that.
out him in my locker
I
bundle.
love that. Yes, I love that. So, well, that's it for the Q&A. So,
Okay.
why don't you tell us what's next for you or how can we support you? Where can people
Yes.
find you?
Okay.
all those things.
Sure. Yeah. I'm Keep Up Radio everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, literally everywhere. I'm going to VidCon next week. VidCon is like one of the biggest like events, I think, for like the creator space when it comes to like YouTube and TikTok creators. And as I said, I'm super active on Snapchat. So I would say, please add me back on Snapchat. Come with me to VidCon. I'm going to be doing a really, really, really fun opportunity there that I can't wait for people to see. I think everybody's gonna be so surprised and excited. I'm so excited about it. So definitely add me back on Snapchat. And yeah, if you want to see my songs, I'm on YouTube. I put my songs over there, TikTok as well, Instagram. But yeah, those are the places. And Keep Up Radio everywhere, just like how it sounds.
Yes. I love that. And if you guys want to check out Whitney's link, if you type !guest, you can find all of her links in the chat. So and with that, I believe is the sometimes the stream elements be temperamental.
Tech be techin', as you said.
Tech be techin'. Didn't I say that?
You did. Tech be techin'.
Yes. Tech be techin'. But yes, if you have any more questions for Whitney, definitely feel free to reach out to her online. We are right at time, and it's time to wrap up the show. But I appreciate you all so much for coming through this evening, and chatting with us and learning more about Whitney and her story. We cannot wait to see what's next for her. We are just so excited to have had you here today and to check out your raps and really just give you the spotlight here in our community. I think your story is incredibly unique and special, and there's a lot that folks can learn from you. And so I definitely encourage you to keep going. I can't wait to see what's next for you. Like, this is so exciting, and we can't wait to support.
Thank you so much. And thank you for having me. Thank you for creating this space. It's so amazing. I need to join the Discord. I want to be a part of it.
Yes,
but this is awesome. And I'm so happy you're doing this. And thank you. I'm so honored to have gotten to speak here today.
Yes. We'd love to have you. I will definitely send you the link to our little application so you can come on and join the Code Crew. We'd love to have you part of the Code Crew. All right, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap us up and close out this show. Thank you all so much for coming through today for our code chat. We do these to really uplift our community and uplift folks in the space, women and femmes of color in gaming and tech. That's what it's all about. And really just having a platform that centers ourselves and our contributions and things like that. But yes, thank you all so much for tuning in today and for supporting Brown Girl Gamer Code. If you like what you saw today, please give us a follow here on Twitch and check out our social media that is linked in chat. I believe it's !social. And yeah, stick around as we will be rating someone from our community. So we want to always share some love for them. Our mods will do the raid command in chat if Stream Elements is cooperating with us today. But yeah, you all have a great week, and stay tuned for our next code chat. Our next code chat, you do not want to miss it. We always have such amazing guests, and we can't wait for you to see who we have next here on Brown Girl Gamer Code. Until next time, my name is Yo Brandy. You can also check me out on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok at Yo Brandy. That's YOO Brandy with 2 eyes at the end. Otherwise, I have been your host today, and it has been an amazing time chatting with y'all today. So y'all have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you next time here on Brown Girl Gamer Code. Bye.